Welcome to The American Dream, a show that started right here in San Diego, America's finest city, that now spans positive media all across the country, real stories in real neighborhoods. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and here's The American Dream. Welcome to The American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
High-rise luxury living.
People are the vehicle, people are the connection, people are the expansion.
Helping folks just like you find your dream home.
It just never disappoints.
Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. The opportunity to achieve our biggest goals and aspirations.
It's the American Dream!
With Christmas just around the corner, I thought it would be fun to get a secret tip on how to build better gingerbread houses from the woman in charge of fun at Lake St. Charles Senior Community. And then we're going to go visit a real-life gingerbread house that St. Louis is known for. My name is Melinda Terreri, and if you enjoy visions of sugar plums, you're going to love this episode of American Dream TV. This morning I'm with Maddie Stout, Assistant Director of Recreation here at Lake St. Charles Senior Community, along with Sandy, one of the residents here. And Maddie, I understand not only do you keep 150 seniors entertained and active every day, but you also have a secret tip for building gingerbread houses so they don't fall apart.
Yes, Melinda, I do. So we're not going to use the store-bought icing today. Obviously, it doesn't always turn out the best. So what you're going to do is you're just going to take some regular sugar,
okay,
and you're going to pour it into a pot. And then we're going to take it over to the stove and we're going to melt it. Okay, so now that your sugar is melted, we can go ahead and start dipping it in. And then be careful because your sugar is hot. So you can just dip it in. And then once you get your gingerbread house together and constructed, then you'll be able to get to the fun part of decorating, so you can add.
Look how fast that sets up compared to my typical experience every year.
It's so much better. And then you can just stick on some Lifesavers or some M&Ms.
This is going to make gingerbread house building so much easier this season.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you for this great tip. And now, before we go tour our gingerbread house in real life, we're going to go take a look at Lake St. Charles Community and see what luxury senior living is like at a very affordable price. I'm with Samantha Davis, Executive Director here at Lake St. Charles, and as she will tell you, they have some of the sweetest residents. Samantha, can you share a few things about what people love best about this community?
Well, sure. Thanks for being here. There's so many things that make Lake St. Charles special. I would say one of the things that people are always talking about is our location. We are located in the heart of St. Charles, and we sit on 15 beautiful acres that overlooks a lake.
I actually have 2 clients moving in here next week. Can we go take a look at what one of your sample apartments looks like?
Yep, let's go do that. Welcome home.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, so this is our 1-bedroom at Lake St. Charles.
Okay.
So it's really a spacious 1-bedroom. I think a couple of things that people really like about this apartment is the open floor plan.
Sure.
So in the open floor plan, we have a breakfast bar here. They can bring chair height stools.
Okay.
And it overlooks the grounds.
So I work with a lot of seniors, helping them sell their homes so they can downsize without being stressed. And one of the things I love about Lake St. Charles is that you guys have a lot of choices, 5 different layouts for people, which really helps ease that transition so they can find the right size for them. Thank you for showing us what senior living is like here at Lake St. Charles. And now we're going to see what living in a real-life gingerbread house is like. The south side of St. Louis is known for its gingerbread-style homes with pitched roofs and brick and stone architecture. And just like snowflakes, no 2 gingerbreads are alike. Inside this home, you'll find sugar, spice, and everything nice. From the stained glass windows to the gorgeous hardwood floors and even these adorable cutouts. This home has so much to fall in love with, including an open floor plan and an updated kitchen. Upstairs you'll find 2 large bedrooms with the old world charm of nooks and crannies and a surprising amount of closet space for a home built in 1927. But the surprises don't stop there. Outside is a great yard for entertaining with a brick patio as well as a tuck-under garage. I'm Melinda Terreri, and I've been your host for American Dream TV Selling St. Louis. Thank you for joining us as we've toured gingerbread houses big and small, and I hope wherever you live, it feels like home sweet home.
Welcome to American Dream TV. I'm your host, Marceline Wurst, and today we're at the Edison and Ford Winter Estates in Fort Myers. They were the first snowbirds in Fort Myers, and Thomas Edison was once quoted as saying, "There's only one Fort Myers, and about 90 million people are about to find out." Alex, thank you so much for taking the time today.
Yes, of course. Wonderful to meet you.
Let's take a step back into history. This is the most amazing tree I've ever seen. What can you tell us about the tree and the significance to the estates?
So this is a banyan tree. Not only does it have and showcase ornamental beauty, but it was used for one of Edison's rubber research projects, which was his main focus here in Southwest Florida. And it was believed that Edison planted this tree around the year 1927.
Wow.
So it is about 95 years old today.
So Alex, when did Edison first come to the area and build his home?
So Edison first came to Fort Myers in 1885, and he ended up building the homes here in about 1886.
And then when did Ford join him?
Henry Ford came a little bit later. So he was first invited as a guest to the Edison estate in 1914, and then he purchased his estate 2 years later in 1916.
How original is this home to the time?
So the homes are pretty much all the original structures. All the original materials are still present with the homes. We did go through a big major restoration project between 2003 and 2006.
And what was the significance of the gardens to Edison's work?
So the significance of the gardens was huge. Edison used botanicals in a lot of his research projects, from the light bulb to his rubber research. So a lot of these plants Edison used as a part of his living laboratory.
And we're back on the east side of the estates, and we're about to enter the museum. And this is so amazing. So we have all of these vehicles that were donated by Ford, so that we have the history here of the automobiles.
They decided to come up with this idea of taking camping trips just across the United States, especially with the Model T revolutionizing travel. So they started in 1914, and they would take these trips every year from 1914. They started off in the Everglades. There were no roads, so they kind of just had to off-road and go with it. But they really weren't afraid to go out and experiment with different things. I mean, that's what these men were about. They were all about discovery and innovation, and this is one way.
Inventing the road trip.
Right, so they did it in a very creative way. So some of Edison's inventions that we have on site still do work today, such as the phonograph. So I can play one that's from the year 1904, so you can hear music that's more than 100 years old. I'm gonna pull out that needle. So we'll open these doors here and head straight to the lab.
So Alex, tell me about this laboratory. Is the original laboratory that Edison experimented at when he was here for the winter?
Yeah, so this was Thomas Edison's original lab to 1928. He used it solely for his rubber research project. So he founded the Edison Botanic Research Corporation in 1927, dedicated to finding a natural source of rubber. So this is all the original materials that he used for that research endeavor.
Looking Looking forward to showing you the beauty of our area and why we call Southwest Florida a dream place to live.
Hi, and welcome to the American Dream. I'm your host, Amber Autry. We're in downtown Greenville, South Carolina, and as you can see, it's a little bit muggy. What's better on a muggy day than eating some great soul food? So we're headed to breakfast at one of my favorite establishments, the Flying Biscuit.
Hi Summer, thank you so much for taking time with us today. Tell me a little bit about the background of the Flying Biscuit.
So the Flying Biscuit originated in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was started by a female, and she sold out of biscuits the very first day. She also created our chicken sage sausage, which we still serve in all of the restaurants.
Tell me a little bit about what makes the Flying Biscuit stand out in uniqueness.
Well, I'm going to say it's the atmosphere. Our ambiance is very eclectic, funky, fun vibe. And when people come in, that's what I want them to feel. But we also will deliver our delicious food to you through the delivery services. We cater. People can come in groups. And then we're also going to serve traditional breakfast favorites, our gourmet breakfast and brunch. And then we pay attention to people's dietary restrictions. So if they're pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, we have something for everyone.
Tell me what someone should expect when they're visiting a Flying Biscuit.
Well, every Flying Biscuit is uniquely different. So like our Flying Biscuit, I sat with the artist for about 2 weeks and worked with him on the design. Some of the mural are different family members, and it has a lot of meaning and relevance to things that we like. So you won't go into any Flying Biscuit that's exactly the same. We make everyone's food to order, so it's not like it's just sitting back there already prepared. I tell people we serve delicious food, not fast food.
The Flying Biscuits, they do have some of the same menu items, but also each Flying Biscuit will have a few separate menu items just specific for that location.
I mean, I don't want anybody to be bored with the monotony of cooking the same things every day, even though we have a vast menu. So I let whoever's working decide each month. We have 2 specials. So we have a sweet and a savory, and that's only at our location. And we'll serve it all month long, and we highlight whoever the chef is that came up with the recipe.
Are there any special occasions that you guys have in the near future?
Yes, so we are about to celebrate our 4-year anniversary on December 23rd. We opened a few months before the pandemic and we survived, so having 4 years in business is a big deal. So much so that we are about to open our 2nd location in Charleston, South Carolina.
We just enjoyed breakfast at the Flying Biscuit. Now we're going to be looking at affordable housing right here in the Greenville market.
One of the builders that I work with, Enchanted, has allowed us to view one of their floor plans. The floor plan that we're looking at today is the Bishop floor plan. The Bishop floor plan is typically a 3-bedroom, 2-bath floor plan, but it can be customized, adding a 4th bedroom and 3rd bath or a bonus room above the garage. Thanks again for joining us here in Greenville, South Carolina, and our version of the American Dream.
Hi, I'm your host, Tatiana, and you're watching The American Dream. Today, we have the privilege of going behind the scenes of Springfield's newest upscale restaurant, Ariake. They've only opened their doors a few months ago, but have already created a splash in the food scene by bringing world-class dining and sophisticated atmosphere. From Haruno, Kai, and Karai Ramen, we've been enjoying these culinary delights for over 2 decades. But these have been the building blocks, all leading to Ariake, which has been the goal and the vision this entire time. Ariake is the pursuit of excellence. If we had a Michelin star, this would definitely embody it. It took over 3 years to fully put the vision and source the elements from around the world. LED wall from Korea, wallpaper sourced from London, Hinoki wood chopsticks from Japan, silk linen lanterns from Italy, and obtaining the most exclusive distributor approval from Japan to ensure the freshest fish and meat. The Jung family has been providing Japanese and Korean cuisine to the Springfield area for over 20 years. And we're here with the owner, John Jung, and he's going to tell us a little bit about their offerings today.
Today I prepare omakase box for you guys.
Okay.
And, this is tuna, bluefin tuna actually. This is from Spain.
Oh wow.
Okay. This is akami, which is the red part.
Okay.
And most popular in here. And this is jutoro, which is medium toro, bluefin tuna belly part.
Okay.
And hirame, flounder. This from Korea, Jeju Island.
Wow.
Very, very fresh.
I heard that is delicious.
Yep. And this is yellowtail. And this is horse mackerel. Very, very good. We just cut this morning. And this is A5 Wagyu.
Wow. Now, what makes this box special?
This is make every nigiri sushi for the customer directly, and then we prepare like this, and then we cut the fish in front of customers.
Okay, it's beautiful. Well, we're excited to see.
Best thing is toro, which is a bluefin tuna belly part.
Okay.
This is very, very expensive one.
And that's creamy and fatty?
Fatty and melt in your mouth.
Oh, melt in your mouth. Okay, well, we're excited.
All right.
I'm here with Terry, the general manager. And Terry, you've been part of this journey for over 3 years. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here.
Well, we're excited that you're here.
I heard you guys have one of the most amazing drinks.
We do, and it's called Paper Crane, and our bar manager, Derek, is going to be making us one today.
Oh my gosh, all right, let's go. If you find yourselves visiting the Ozarks, make sure you put Ariake and Springfield on your list. I'm your host, Tatiana, and you're watching The American Dream.
Nestled on the banks of the majestic Mississippi, the Gateway Arch is an iconic symbol of St. Louis. As you explore the riverfront, do not miss the enchanting riverboats that navigate the waters below. These vessels, with their historic charm, offer a unique perspective of downtown's history and skyline. Join me on a journey as we delve into the history of the riverboats at the Gateway Arch. Captain Brittany Hawley, the Gateway Arch Riverboats. Brittany, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, sure.
So you are a fresh captain.
I am. I just got my captain's license in January.
And how did you end up becoming a riverboat captain?
I started as a deckhand and I worked my way up. There is some schooling and there are vigorous tests involved too.
Tell me a bit about what you love taking patrons out on the riverboat cruises.
I love giving them an experience that they may have never had before. It gives them a glimpse back in how people used to travel over 100 years ago. It also lets people see that the Port of St. Louis is still just as busy as it used to be.
Yeah, it's such a busy working river that maybe we overlook being here as locals. And I know personally, I'm a local. I've never been on the riverboat cruise, so this is a really cool experience today.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, so we already went through and looked at some of the historical landmarks. Tell our viewers a bit about what you highlight as we go down the river.
We definitely talk about the Gateway Arch National Park and the historical buildings that are within that park, like the old courthouse and the old cathedral. Then there's the Eads Bridge and all the other bridges that shape St. Louis, and there's so many others.
So this is a great opportunity for locals or patrons to come out and check out the St. Louis riverfront from a different view. I'm here with Mary Lamey, Executive Vice President of Multimodal Enterprises by State Development. Mary, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for the opportunity for you guys to get a taste of what's going on with the riverboats.
Well, we took the cruise. It was amazing. Tell us a bit about the history of these amazing boats on the St. Louis riverfront.
Yeah, so the riverboats have played an important role with the development of the St. Louis area and the westward expansion. And then in 1964, the Becky Thatcher and the Tom Sawyer vessels arrived to the St. Louis area, and they provided one-day excursion trips for visitors who were interested in watching the construction of the Gateway Arch. Our riverboats are 19th century paddle wheel replicas. And then in 2001, by State Development took ownership of the vessels. And then fast forward to today, our spring and summer season starts in March, goes to November, and we have the 1-hour sightseeing cruises, our specialty cruises, our private cruises, and then we've just announced our holiday-themed cruises for the remainder of the calendar year.
Yes, so you have everything from sunset cruises to 4th of July fireworks cruises. And as we go into the holiday season, as you mentioned, you've got PJs and Pancakes with Santa and some New Year's Eve cruises as well.
Yeah, we do. So starting with our PJs and Pancakes with Santa, family friendly, wear your favorite pajamas. We've got games, activities, crafts, pictures with Santa. For New Year's Eve, you have two options. So you have the dinner cruise for New Year's Eve, family friendly, plated dinner, live music. And then for adults only, and you have to be 21 or older. For
obvious reasons.
Yes, for the New Year's Eve party, and we'll have a live band for that. We'll have complimentary appetizers, we'll have complimentary beer and wine, and then a champagne toast. So lots of really fun things for the holidays.
I hope you've enjoyed our tour of the Gateway Arch riverboats today. Until our next adventure, farewell from the St. Louis riverfront. I'm Kim Jones, and we'll see you next time on Selling St. Louis.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show, produced from America's finest city, but shot in the heart of your neighborhoods. Don't forget positive media when the world really needs it. Follow us on social media at The American Dream TV. See you next time. In the meantime, cheers to your American dream.